Most people think of their car as just a way to get from point A to point B. But what if I told you that something inside your car, something you may have forgotten, ignored, or thought was harmless, could quietly be pulling your life in the wrong direction? Not in some dramatic, supernatural way, but in the little things. Delays that don't make sense. Fatigue that doesn't go away. A string of minor accidents or near misses you can't quite explain. If you've ever sat behind the wheel and felt unusually tense or heavy, even before starting the engine, this video is for you. Because what we often overlook is that a car isn't just a vehicle. It's a moving environment, small, enclosed, and deeply connected to our daily energy. The objects we keep inside it, intentionally or not, carry vibrations. Some uplift, some disrupt. And one specific type of item, harmless on the surface, has been linked to increased stress, mental fog, unexpected arguments, even blocked opportunities, and financial stagnation. It's not about superstition. It's about energy, space, and how clutter, both physical and emotional, follows us. So before you drive another mile, ask yourself, what am I really carrying with me in this car? Is it just groceries and loose change? Or could there be something else, something silently working against you? Let's take a closer look. You might be surprised at what needs to go. Part 1, your car is not just a vehicle, it's an energetic echo of you. You probably don't think twice about what's sitting inside your car. Maybe a gym bag, some papers, a spare jacket in the back seat. To most of us, it's just stuff, out of sight, out of mind. But what if the things you keep in your car are saying something about you? Not in some poetic, metaphorical way, but in a real, tangible sense. What if the state of your car mirrors the state of your energy and your life? Because here's the truth most people overlook. Your car is not just a vehicle. It's an energetic echo of you. Think about it. You spend hours each week in your car, driving to work, running errands, picking up groceries, waiting in traffic. It's where you start your mornings and end your long days. It's where you sit with your thoughts when no one else is around. And just like your home reflects how you feel inside, your car does too. But unlike your home, a car is a closed, moving space. That means everything you bring into it, physically or emotionally, gets amplified. If your energy is scattered, rushed, or heavy, your car will hold onto that. If the space is cluttered, chaotic, or neglected, it begins to feed that same feeling back to you. It's subtle but powerful, because over time, your car doesn't just reflect your energy, it begins to influence it. Have you ever stepped into a car and immediately felt off? Maybe you couldn't focus. Maybe you snapped at someone during a phone call. Maybe you felt tired for no reason before even pulling out of the driveway. These aren't random moments, they are signals. And if you've been brushing them off, it might be time to pause and ask, what is this space really doing to my state of mind? You see, a car is more than 4 wheels and a steering wheel. It's a container for motion, yes, but also for mood, intention, and frequency. The tighter the space, the more concentrated the energy becomes. That's why even a single misplaced item, something you forgot in the trunk weeks ago, can quietly shift the atmosphere inside. That forgotten water bottle, it holds stagnant energy. That old charm you picked up at a gas station, it might be carrying weight you don't even realize. Every object holds a charge. And when you're in a confined space like a car, that charge has nowhere to go but into your experience. It's not about being superstitious. It's about understanding how environments shape emotion, how space affects decision-making, how what's around you influences what's within you. In fact, science supports this too. Visual clutter increases cortisol levels. Enclosed, messy spaces can trigger the brain into survival mode, keeping you on edge, unfocused, and reactive. That means the car you're driving could be quietly draining your energy before you even arrive at your destination. And it's not just mental, it's energetic. Have you noticed patterns that seem to follow you? Small things going wrong, missed opportunities, deals that fall through at the last moment. You might think, I'm just having bad luck. But maybe, just maybe, you're sitting in the very place that's holding you back, not because of the miles, but because of what's traveling with you energetically. Now imagine the opposite. Imagine stepping into a car that feels light, calm, clear. The air smells fresh. Nothing swings from the mirror, no clutter in the doors. There's a small photo that makes you smile, a calming scent, maybe even a simple affirmation tucked near the dashboard. That car becomes more than a ride, it becomes a reset. A space where your nervous system settles. A space that supports focus, clarity, and tension. That's not fantasy. That's what happens when we treat our car as an extension of ourselves, not an afterthought. We clean our homes, we declutter our offices. But the car, we often forget. Yet it's the one space that moves with us every day through every season of our lives. So what happens when that space is stuck? Heavy, confused, full of mixed signals and forgotten energy. We start to feel that same way without knowing why. Your car holds more than your errands. It holds your vibration, and if you've been feeling off track lately, unlucky, unfocused, unusually exhausted, it might not be you. It might be what's riding with you. So now I'll ask again, what's in your car right now? And more importantly, what is it doing to your energy? Part 2, 4 items you should never keep in your car. Item 1. Sharp objects, knives, scissors, pointy keychains. Let's start with something simple, practical even. Sharp objects. Knives, scissors, box cutters, screwdrivers, pointy keychains. Most people keep at least one of these in their car. Just in case, they say, and it makes sense. Emergencies happen. You never know when you might need to cut a rope, open packaging, fix something under the hood. But here's what most people don't realize. When you leave sharp objects in your car, especially in visible, reachable places, you're not just carrying tools, you're carrying tension. Sharp objects hold a very specific kind of energy. Not symbolic, real. They cut, they pierce, they separate. That's their purpose. And even when they're sitting still, tucked into a glove box or door pocket, that same energy remains. Imagine energy flowing through your car like water. Smooth, continuous, steady. Now drop a blade into that stream. What happens? The flow gets broken, it's redirected, it becomes turbulent. That's what sharp objects do to the energetic field inside your vehicle. And whether or not you believe in energy, your nervous system does. It reacts, often without you realizing. Have you ever sat in your car and felt unusually irritable even before the traffic started? Have you found yourself snapping at someone during a phone call or driving more aggressively than usual? These moments may not be caused by a long day or bad drivers. Sometimes it's what's right next to you. That screwdriver in the side door, that knife you keep for emergencies. These aren't neutral items. They're signaling danger, tension, alertness, not to your conscious mind, but to the deeper parts of your brain that track safety and threat. Science has a name for this: microstressors. Small environmental cues that trigger the body's fight or flight response. The sight of a sharp edge, even if you're not looking directly at it, can activate the same primal alert system as if you were being threatened. Your body tightens, your breath shallows, your mind sharpens, but not in a good way. You become more reactive, less centered, quicker to anger, slower to reflect. Over time, this creates a pattern. You start associating your car, not consciously but somatically, with stress. The car becomes a space of tension. You get in and your shoulders rise. You drive and your patience shrinks. You park and you feel drained. And all the while, you may be thinking it's just life, just work, just traffic. But what if it's not? What if it's that small object sitting quietly, constantly slicing through your emotional balance? This isn't about fear, it's about awareness. Because yes, you might never reach for that blade. You might never need those scissors. But every day they're with you, they are shifting the energy around you. They create friction, not just in the space, but in your interactions, your focus, even your finances. People who carry sharp tools in their car often report frequent misunderstandings, delays in work projects, even trouble holding on to money or opportunities. Why? Because energetically they're driving through disruption. The field around them is unstable, cut, fragmented, restless. And it's not only about what you can see. Some sharp objects are buried under seats, tossed in the trunk, forgotten in storage compartments. But just because you've forgotten them doesn't mean their presence has stopped influencing the space. Energy doesn't require your attention to work. It only requires proximity, which means the impact is still happening, quietly, constantly, every mile you drive. So what can you do? It's simple. Clear them out. Remove what doesn't need to be there. If you must carry something for emergencies, make sure it's stored in a secure, covered, out-of-sight place, preferably in the trunk, not the cabin. Better yet, replace the sharp object with something grounding. A soft pouch, a calming scent, a reminder that this space is meant to carry you safely, not keep you on edge. And here's the deeper part. Notice what shifts when you remove them. The silence might feel different, lighter, less charged. You may not realize how much tension you've been carrying until it's gone. That's the power of small changes. We don't always see the weight until we set it down. Your car is a space you enter every single day. It deserves peace. It deserves intention. And so do you. So take a look. What sharp edge have you been carrying that no longer belongs? Item 2, charms or spiritual items with unknown origins. Some things don't need to be loud to be powerful. A small charm hanging from your rearview mirror, a string of beads wrapped around the gearshift, a little statue tucked near the dashboard. You may not even remember where they came from, a gift from a friend, something picked up at a market, something you saw online and thought looked meaningful. They're small, quiet, decorative. But here's what you might not realize. When it comes to spiritual objects, origin matters, energy matters. And what you keep in your car, especially spiritual symbols with unknown sources, can either protect your journey or quietly complicate it. Spiritual items are not neutral. They are vessels. They carry intention. They attract energy. They invite interaction, seen or unseen. And when we bring them into our car without understanding their meaning, their background, or the energy they were created in, we're not just adding decoration. We're inviting something into our space without knowing what it truly brings. Think of your car like a sacred chamber. It moves through the world with you. It holds your thoughts when you're alone. It witnesses your stress, your joy, your frustration. When you introduce a spiritual object into that space, it doesn't just sit there. It becomes part of that emotional landscape. If the object has been blessed or chosen with care, it can support and ground you. But if its origin is unknown, if it's been mass-produced, touched by many hands, or infused with someone else's energy, it can confuse or disrupt the space. Have you ever noticed a shift in how you feel after placing a charm in your car? Maybe your thoughts became more scattered. Maybe arguments became more frequent. Maybe your drive started feeling more exhausting than usual. You might have thought it was coincidence or stress or just life happening. But energy doesn't need to be loud to be disruptive. In fact, it often works in whispers, subtle, persistent, and untraceable unless you pause and look. One of the most common mistakes people make is collecting spiritual items without intention. A dream catcher here, a Buddha figure there, a crystal hanging beside a rosary. Each item may be beautiful, meaningful in its own tradition, but together, if not aligned with your personal beliefs, they can create spiritual static. Different frequencies clashing, different energies overlapping. It's like trying to listen to 5 radio stations at once. The result isn't peace, it's noise. And when you drive through life surrounded by spiritual noise, you lose clarity. Your thoughts become heavy. Decisions take longer, small irritations grow bigger. You miss the turn you meant to take. You forget what you were going to say. You feel off. And often you don't know why. That's the subtle power of spiritual confusion. It doesn't shout. It quietly shifts you out of alignment. It's important to say this isn't about fear. It's not about superstition. It's about spiritual hygiene. Just like you wouldn't wear someone else's old shoes without knowing where they've been, you shouldn't carry spiritual items without knowing their path. Energy leaves fingerprints. And when something sacred is created without care or passed through too many hands without intention, it can carry fragments of emotions, thoughts, and attachments that don't belong to you. And this matters even more in your car. Because unlike your home, which holds space for rest and stillness, your car is in constant motion. Energy doesn't settle, it travels. It expands and contracts with every turn of the wheel, every emotion you bring inside, every place you drive through. In that kind of space, anything unstable becomes amplified. A charm with unclear origins doesn't just sit quietly, it pulses, it attracts, it disturbs. So what can you do? First, take inventory. Look at every spiritual or symbolic item in your car and ask, do I know where this came from? Do I trust the energy it holds? Does this reflect what I actually believe? If the answer is no, or even if you're unsure, consider removing it. You don't need a dozen charms to be safe. You need one that means something real to you. One that was chosen with care. One that feels calm when you touch it. One that came into your life with clarity, not impulse. Spiritual energy is powerful. It can protect. It can uplift, but only when it's clean, aligned, and personal. Otherwise, it becomes clutter, and spiritual clutter is far more draining than physical mess. So if you've been feeling scattered, emotionally fatigued, or unusually reactive on the road, it may not be the traffic. It may be the energy sitting quietly beside you. You don't have to be deeply religious or follow any specific path to feel this. You just need awareness, or respect, intention. So the next time you sit in your car, look around, not just with your eyes, but with your energy. What in this space truly supports you? And what might be pulling your spirit in directions you never meant to go? Item 3, trash and leftover food. You wouldn't leave trash sitting on your kitchen counter for days. You wouldn't let an old takeout box rot in the corner of your living room. So why do so many of us treat our cars like a moving junk drawer? Empty water bottles, crumpled receipts, coffee cups that started the day hot and ended up forgotten. Maybe even a fast food wrapper tucked into the side pocket. It all seems harmless. I'll clean it out later, we tell ourselves, but later doesn't come. And slowly, without realizing it, that mess becomes more than just clutter. It becomes an atmosphere, a message, a mirror. Trash and leftover food aren't just unsightly. They change the energy of a space. That might sound abstract, but think about how you feel walking into a clean, quiet room versus one that smells stale and feels heavy. Your body reacts before your brain does. The same thing happens in your car. When the space around you is messy, neglected, or stale, it sends signals, subtle, persistent signals to your subconscious. Signals that say, this isn't a place of care. This is a space of delay. This is where things pile up and get forgotten. And here's the deeper part. Your environment, even a small one like your car, shapes your beliefs. It's quiet but powerful. When you sit in a cluttered car day after day, your mind starts to absorb that clutter as normal. Not just visually, but energetically. You begin to feel stuck, sluggish, like you're always catching up, never ahead. Decisions feel heavier, thoughts slow down, and eventually your motivation thins out, not because you're lazy, but because the space around you keeps whispering that progress doesn't matter. Food waste adds another layer. Leftover wrappers, half-finished drinks, old snacks under the seat. They don't just rot physically. They carry what energy practitioners call stagnation. That's a fancy word for what you already know in your gut. It's stuck, heavy, unclean energy. The kind that weighs you down and dulls your senses. And in a closed, heated space like a car, that energy doesn't just sit, it circulates. You breathe it in. You absorb it through smell, sight, sensation. It affects your clarity, your mood, even your immune system over time. Some people report chronic fatigue, forgetfulness, even feeling short-tempered on the road, only to realize their car was filled with leftovers that had nothing to do with food. Old receipts from failed projects, coffee cups from mornings they wish they could forget, napkins from rushed meals during stressful weeks. The car becomes a container for emotional residue, memories no one asked to keep, but that never got thrown away. This isn't about being perfect. Life gets busy. Some days are messy, but there's a difference between temporary chaos and built-up neglect. One tells your mind, today was full. The other tells your spirit, this is how life is now. And that second message, if left unchecked, begins to shape more than just your car. It shapes how you show up for your own life. Cleaning out your car isn't just a chore. It's an act of reclaiming control, of saying, I care about my space and I care about what travels with me. Because what you carry physically, you carry energetically. And when that physical load is trash, that energetic weight is self-neglect. So here's a small shift you can make today. Do a quick scan of your car, not just for cleanliness, but for feeling. Is there heaviness in the air? A smell you've gotten used to, but that's not quite right? A stain that holds a memory you'd rather forget? Begin there. Throw out what doesn't belong, wipe down what feels stale. Lightly air it out, let in new breath. Even 5 minutes of care can shift the tone of the entire space. And then watch what happens. You may find yourself driving more peacefully, feeling more alert, making clearer decisions. You may even notice little things changing, unexpected good news, smoother conversations, easier mornings. Not because you've done something magical, but because you've made space. And sometimes that's all life is waiting for. Trash doesn't just take up room in your car, it takes up room in your mind. And when you clear it, when you send the message that you're done holding on to what's expired, you invite something new in. Fresh thoughts, lighter moods, clearer days. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to stop carrying what you no longer need. And sometimes that starts with tossing out a cup that's been empty for far too long. Item 4. Flashy items meant to show status. You might not think twice about it. A designer bag hanging from the passenger seat, a gold-plated emblem on the dashboard, a glittery keychain, a custom license plate, maybe even a pair of sunglasses placed just right, intentionally or not. These things don't scream for attention, they whisper status, success, individuality. They tell the world, I've made it, or maybe I matter. But here's the question no one asks. What energy do these symbols leave behind when you're not in the car? Flashy items, especially those used to display wealth or image, carry a very particular frequency. It's not the object itself, it's the intention. The look at me energy, the quiet need to be seen. In spiritual energy work, this is called projection-based vibration. It's the opposite of grounding. It doesn't anchor your energy, it flares it outward. And when this energy sits in your car, day after day, mile after mile, it changes the entire feel of the space. It stiffens it, it amplifies ego, and in return, it invites resistance. That resistance doesn't always come in obvious ways, it's subtle. A miscommunication with someone at work, a parking ticket that seems unfair, an email that goes ignored, small blocks, random tension, people misunderstanding you or feeling off around you, and you can't explain why. But energy moves in patterns. And ego, when overexpressed, even silently, tends to attract what balances it, scrutiny, friction, or things that humble us. In a car, this energy is even more concentrated. A vehicle is a closed system. What you display doesn't just speak to the world, it reverberates inside. When a car becomes a stage for identity performance, it shifts the emotional center of the space from calm to performative. Instead of being a place to recharge, reflect, and travel in peace, it becomes a zone of unconscious comparison. Even if you're not trying to show off, even if you genuinely like the aesthetic. And this matters because whether we admit it or not, our nervous system responds to subtle cues. When we surround ourselves with signals that say, prove yourself, our bodies go into performance mode. We drive more competitively. We get irritated more quickly. We become hyper-aware of how others see us. And all of this adds up. Stress, exhaustion, disconnection from the present moment. You may have experienced it without realizing. Days when you drive but don't feel grounded. When you arrive but feel strangely disconnected. When your mind races with thoughts of, am I doing enough? Do I look the part? Why do I feel so unseen even when I'm visible? These aren't random feelings. They are energetic echoes of the space you're sitting in, of the identity you've unintentionally reinforced inside your own car. Now, this doesn't mean you can't have nice things. It doesn't mean you have to strip your car of anything that feels personal or beautiful. The key is intention. Are the items in your car there to comfort you or to impress someone else? Do they remind you of your inner worth, or do they whisper that you still need to prove something? Authenticity has a different energy than display. A meaningful photo, a quiet scent, a spiritual token that anchors you. These speak to who you are when no one is watching. But overly flashy items, they often speak to the world you're trying to hold up, even when it's already weighing you down. And here's something most people don't expect. When you begin to remove the look-at-me pieces, your space softens, your breath deepens, you begin to feel safer in your own silence. The car stops being a billboard and starts becoming a sanctuary, A place that reflects not what you want others to see, but what you truly need to feel. So take a moment and look around. What in your car is there for you, and what's there for show? What lifts your spirit, and what subtly pulls it out of balance? What says, I am enough, and what says, I still need to prove I am? Sometimes the things we display to appear powerful are the very things blocking our peace. And in a car, a space that travels with us through every emotion, every transition, every long day, we deserve better. We deserve stillness, not performance. Depth, not display. Peace, not pressure. Part 3, 5 items you should keep to rebalance your drive. Item 1. A small photo of loved ones. Of all the things you could place inside your car, gadgets, tools, lucky charms, nothing holds more quiet power than a simple photo. Not of a celebrity, not of a dream vacation, but of someone who loves you, someone who reminds you who you are. A small photo of a loved one tucked near your dashboard or clipped to the mirror doesn't just fill space, it centers it. It doesn't shout, but it speaks directly to something deeper than words. Your sense of connection, of grounding, of purpose. We often think driving is just about getting somewhere. But what we carry emotionally while we drive, stress, anger, distraction, often shapes more than the road ahead. It shapes our thoughts, our choices, our mood when we arrive. And sometimes, all it takes to shift that energy is a gentle reminder that someone's waiting for us to come home. There's a kind of sacredness in seeing the face of someone you love before you merge onto a busy freeway. That face might belong to a spouse, a child, a parent, or even a friend who feels like home. It's not about nostalgia, it's about presence. That little image becomes an anchor, a soft, emotional break. It reminds you to slow down, not just your car, but your reactions, your tone of voice when someone cuts you off, your mindset when traffic builds up, your urge to prove something on the road. And it goes beyond safety. A photo of someone you love activates a sense of care, both outward and inward. You remember not only who's waiting, but why you keep going, why you work, why you sacrifice, why you choose patience even when the world feels rushed and harsh. It turns a lonely commute into a moment of meaning, a simple drive into a small return to yourself. This is especially powerful for those who carry a lot, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Mothers driving between appointments, widows navigating quiet roads, grandparents running errands alone. In those spaces, it's easy to feel invisible, like you're just going through motions. But a photo can change that. It turns the car from a place of transit into a place of memory, of meaning, of gentle reflection. It also calms the nervous system. Studies in neuroscience show that seeing the face of a loved one, even in a photo, triggers oxytocin, the hormone connected to trust, bonding, and emotional safety. In a stressful environment like the road, that's not just nice, it's regulating. It brings your body out of fight or flight and back into presence. And there's more. A photo doesn't require electricity. It doesn't play music or offer directions. It just is. It's quiet, consistent, unchanging. In a world of constant stimulation, that stillness becomes a rare form of stability. Every glance at that photo becomes a ritual, not forced, not dramatic, just a moment to breathe, to feel something gentle, to come home to your own heart, even before you pull into the driveway. Now here's the beautiful part. It doesn't need to be fancy. It doesn't need a gold frame or a perfect angle. Sometimes a small printout taped beside the dash is enough. A snapshot from a birthday, a face caught mid-laughter, a grandchild with paint on their fingers. The more real, the better, because real carries energy. Real brings you back to life, not the curated one, but the one that matters. And if you're thinking, I don't have anyone to put in that photo, pause, you might. Someone who made you feel seen, someone who once held space for you. Or maybe, just maybe, it's a photo of yourself from a time when you still believed anything was possible. That counts too. Because at the end of the day, what you place in your car should bring you back, not push you forward with pressure, but call you back with care. So today, consider adding that photo, not for the world to see, just for you. Let it be your quiet reminder, your emotional compass, your silent seatbelt. Because you're not just driving towards somewhere, you're driving with something. And sometimes one small face can hold the power to keep your spirit intact, mile after mile. Item 2, a symbol of your purpose or career. There's something quiet that happens in the car, especially when you're alone. The engine hums, the road stretches out, and your mind starts to wander. Thoughts drift in and out, things you didn't finish, things you meant to say, things you forgot you even cared about. And in those in-between moments when no one's watching and you're not performing, a deeper question often rises. What am I really moving toward? That's why one of the most grounding things you can keep in your car isn't practical or decorative. It's symbolic, something small but meaningful. A reminder of your purpose, your path, or the part of you that still dreams. It could be a keychain with your business logo, a pen that represents your writing, a stethoscope charm for the nurse you once aspired to be, an old name tag from your first job, a ribbon from a race you thought you'd never finish. It doesn't need to be expensive. It just needs to mean something to you. We live in a world that moves fast, and sometimes it's easy to forget why we're doing what we do. The to-do list grows, the miles add up, and slowly, quietly, the deeper part of us, the part with intention, slips into the background. That's when we start feeling disconnected, unfocused, even resentful. Not because life is bad, but because we've lost touch with what fuels us. The why behind the effort, the dream behind the daily grind. But when you place a small symbol of purpose in your car, you start to reclaim that. You turn your vehicle from a tool of routine into a space of remembrance. That little object doesn't have to speak to anyone else. It doesn't need validation. It's there for you, to remind you in those brief seconds at a red light or during a long drive that you're not just running errands. You're building something, moving towards something, holding onto something that still matters. There's also a psychological benefit to this. In neuroscience, anchoring is a technique where a physical object is used to ground a mental state. That symbol in your car becomes an anchor. Every time your eyes catch it, even if just for a blink, your brain connects back to that purpose. You remember, you realign, and that single moment of reconnection can shift the tone of your entire day. Let's say you're stuck in traffic, you're late, frustrated, your mind starts spiraling. Then your gaze lands on that object, that tiny photo from the day you launched your business, that handwritten quote, that medal. And suddenly you breathe a little deeper, because you're reminded, this is why I keep going. Not for approval, not for paycheck alone, but because it matters, because you matter. This is especially powerful for women who have spent years showing up for others. Mothers, caregivers, teachers, healers. You've poured yourself into 1,000 tasks, 1,000 people, and sometimes the line between you and what you do for others gets blurry. That's when a small symbol of self, of ambition, of skill, of a passion once whispered becomes more than motivation. It becomes restoration. And just like the photo of a loved one connects you to your heart, this symbol connects you to your fire. It doesn't need to burn loudly, just steadily, enough to light the way forward even when the road feels foggy. Now maybe you're thinking, I don't even know what my purpose is anymore. That's okay. Start small. Pick something that feels close to truth, a word, a color, an object from a time when you felt most alive. Purpose isn't always grand or loud. Sometimes it's quiet, humble, a slow return to something you once loved. Let that object be a bridge back to it. So as you sit in your car tomorrow, ask yourself, what would I want to see, not to impress, but to remember? What physical token could whisper, keep going, you're still becoming? And then place it somewhere simple. The glove compartment, the cup holder, the space by the steering wheel. Let it live where your eyes will find it when you need it most. Because the journey is long, but when you're driving with purpose, even in the form of a small, silent object, the road starts to feel a little more like yours. Item 3. A single spiritual item, blessed and personally meaningful. There's a difference between decoration and devotion, between something that looks spiritual and something that feels sacred. In a world where it's easy to buy charms, crystals, symbols from every belief system online, we sometimes forget that true spiritual power isn't in the object itself, it's in the energy behind it. That's why, if there's one spiritual item you choose to keep in your car, let it be this, just one, chosen with care, blessed with intention, and meaningful to you. Not 5 things, not a cluster of mixed icons taped to the dashboard. Just one. Something that holds stillness, something that brings you back to center when life pulls you off balance. Maybe it's a prayer bead necklace that once belonged to your grandmother. Maybe it's a cross that was blessed at your church. Maybe it's a stone you held during your hardest season, one that still carries your breath. Whatever it is, let it carry energy that is clear, not confused. That feels safe, not just spiritual. The reason this matters is because your car isn't just metal and wheels, it's emotional space. And like your home, it absorbs energy. It picks up on your stress, your tears, your frustration, your conversations. It becomes a container for whatever you're carrying. That's why a single, blessed item in that space can act like a lighthouse. It helps guide your nervous system, your mindset, your mood, especially in moments when you feel adrift. This isn't about religion, it's about resonance. The object doesn't have to follow anyone's rulebook but your own. What matters is that when you see it, you feel something shift. Not performative, not proud, just peaceful, like your soul sits a little straighter, like your breath slows down. That's how you know it's the right object. Because here's what most people don't realize. Spiritual symbols that aren't aligned with your truth, even if beautiful, even if lucky, can cause more confusion than clarity. A charm from a market, a souvenir with a sacred design you don't fully understand, a mix of symbols from different beliefs you thought looked cool. These things may not be dangerous, but they can be energetically noisy. And in a small space like a car, that noise builds. It creates subtle static. You feel unsettled but don't know why. You drive distracted. You arrive more drained than when you left. But when the energy is clear, centered, personal, it protects without pressure. It harmonizes without demanding attention. It holds space so that even in traffic, even when the day's heavy, you feel steady inside. That's the power of real spiritual presence. It doesn't speak loudly. It just keeps you close to who you are. Some people place their symbol near the mirror. Others tuck it into the visor. Some keep it in a small pouch in the center console, out of sight, but never far from reach. There's no perfect placement. The only rule is this: don't let it dangle, distract, or decorate. Let it anchor, let it guide, let it remind. And if you haven't yet found that item, don't rush. Listen, ask your heart, what have I held in my life that made me feel watched over? What made me feel safe when everything felt uncertain? What's the object I touch when I pray, even if I don't call it that? That's your starting point. This object becomes more than just a thing. It becomes a quiet ritual. Each time you see it, you come back to breathe, to meaning, to the part of you that believes there is more to this journey than the next turn, the next task, the next destination. It turns your car into sacred space, not in a loud, dramatic way, but in the most personal, honest way. So the next time you step into your car, ask not just where am I going, but also who's riding with me. Not in the physical sense, but spiritually. What's keeping you grounded? What's reminding you that no matter how fast life moves, you are held? One sacred item. That's all it takes. Not for luck, not for show, but for stillness. And in today's world, stillness is the rarest, most powerful thing you can carry. Item 4. A soft, natural scent. There's a moment right before you turn the key or press start when everything is still. The car is quiet. The world hasn't come in yet. And in that moment, the first thing you notice, before the seatbelt clicks, before the engine hums, is the scent. It can hit you like a wave or wrap you like a whisper. And that single sensory detail has the power to shift your entire mood. That's why one of the most powerful things you can keep in your car isn't visible at all. It's a scent. Not something overwhelming, not artificial, but soft, natural, grounding. A subtle fragrance that feels like a breath you didn't know you were holding. Scent bypasses logic. It travels straight to the emotional brain. That's why a gentle, clean smell, like lavender, sandalwood, eucalyptus, or even a hint of fresh citrus, can calm your system in seconds. It doesn't just make your car smell nice. It makes your nervous system feel safe. It creates a pocket of peace in a world that rarely pauses. For women who spend their lives moving, working, caregiving, surviving, this moment of scent becomes something sacred. It reminds you this space is yours. This time is yours. It turns an ordinary drive into a ritual, even if you're just running errands, even if your day is full of things for everyone else. That small inhale becomes a quiet act of care for yourself. And it's not about using scent to cover something up. It's about choosing a scent that calls you home. Think of it like a soft soundtrack in the background of your day, always there, gently holding you when the noise outside grows too loud. Some women place a few drops of essential oil on a cloth tucked near the vent. Others hang a handmade diffuser from the rearview mirror. Some keep a small vial in the console and apply it lightly to their wrists before driving. It doesn't matter how. What matters is that it feels right, that it smells like stillness, like grace, like exhale. You'll know it's the right scent when your body reacts before your brain does. Your shoulders soften, your breath deepens, your thoughts pause just for a second. And that second is enough to reset. Enough to remind you that even when life pulls you in 1,000 directions, there is still a place where you can come back to yourself. A natural scent also creates emotional memory. Over time, your body will begin to associate that smell with safety, with clarity, with gentleness. So on hard days, when everything feels out of balance, that scent becomes a guide back to calm. A soft tether to your own inner rhythm. And here's something most people miss. Your car is a closed container. What you breathe in there, you live with. Artificial air fresheners, chemically scented hangers, overly sweet sprays, they may seem fine at first. But over time, they clutter your senses. They irritate rather than soothe, and they often bring with them an unconscious feeling of cover-up rather than clarity. But a natural scent, one chosen with intention, it does the opposite. It clears, it soothes, it uplifts. It says, this is a space where you're allowed to breathe slowly. And in a world that rushes women toward perfection, that is a radical kind of healing. So ask yourself, what scent reminds me of peace? What smell makes me feel like me again? Not the version others need. Not the mask I wear in the world, but the quiet self beneath it all, the one who just wants to feel grounded, seen, and whole. Choose that scent. Let it live in your car. Let it meet you every morning and hold you every evening. Let it be the invisible softness that carries you between the loud parts of life. Because when the traffic builds, when the days feel long, when your mind won't quiet down, sometimes one breath is all it takes. One note of lavender, one whisper of cedar, one invisible hand on your back saying, you're okay, you're not lost, you're just breathing. Item 5. A written affirmation. There's something powerful about seeing your own words reflected back at you, especially when the world feels scattered and your confidence feels thin. A simple sentence written in your own hand, in your own voice, can become a lifeline. Not the kind of quote you see on a mug or a bumper sticker, but a personal truth. A reminder. A whisper from your past self to your present one. You've been here before. You know how to come back. That's why one of the most quietly transformative things you can keep in your car is a written affirmation. Just one, tucked into the sun visor, clipped near the dashboard, folded into the glove box like a secret. It's not for others to see. It's not decoration. It's an anchor. A soft light you can return to whenever your thoughts start spiraling or your day feels like too much. And it doesn't need to be profound. In fact, the simpler, the better. I am safe in my journey. Everything is unfolding in right timing. I don't have to rush to be worthy. I trust myself. I am allowed to begin again even now. Whatever line feels like a warm hand on your chest, that's the one. You might read it before pulling out of the driveway, or during a red light on a hard day, or right after an argument when your hands are still shaking. And every time you do, something softens. The noise quiets. The fog clears just enough for you to see the next mile. In a culture that demands constant movement, written affirmations slow you down, not your car, but your inner pacing. They return your energy inward. They tell your nervous system, you don't have to grip so hard, you don't have to fix everything this second. You're allowed to trust the unfolding. This is especially healing for women who have spent decades running on empty, always giving, always proving, always putting themselves last. For those women, even one sentence of self-acknowledgement can begin to shift a lifetime of silence. And unlike a podcast or a song or even a friend on the phone, an affirmation doesn't need to perform. It doesn't interrupt. It simply waits, patiently, quietly, until the moment you need it. Some women write theirs on a sticky note. Others use a card with watercolor edges, or a piece of paper folded so many times it feels like fabric. Some use their own handwriting. Others print it in bold letters and tape it behind the wheel. There is no wrong way to do this, only your way. And if you're not sure what to write, start with the truth you wish someone had told you when you were younger, or the words you would say to your daughter, your sister, your dearest friend. Then say them to yourself. Because here's what happens when you see that sentence every day. Your body begins to believe it, not all at once, but slowly, gently. The way sunlight touches a cold room and warms it without force. You begin to carry yourself differently, drive differently, react differently. And over time, the sentence becomes more than ink on paper. It becomes your baseline. A written affirmation isn't magic. It won't erase the hard parts of life, but it will meet you in them. It will say, even here you are not broken. It will remind you that the person behind the wheel is allowed to feel tired and strong, lost and hopeful, hurt and healing all at once. And that perhaps is the greatest gift. Not a destination, not a perfect mindset, but the quiet courage to keep showing up as you are, soft, strong, human. So today, take a moment. Write something for yourself, not for likes, not for appearance, but for truth, for comfort. For the miles ahead, place it where your eyes can find it when your heart forgets. Because sometimes the kindest words are the ones you write for yourself and carry forward mile after mile. Final, your car isn't just a machine that gets you from A to B. It's an extension of your energy, a mirror of your habits, a reflection of your inner weather. And more than that, it's often the only space in your life where you're truly alone, uninterrupted between one role and the next. That's why what you keep inside your car matters, because every object is either grounding you or draining you. Sharp things that cut more than the air, charms that confuse more than comfort, trash that whispers you're too tired to care, flashy objects that say you're only as worthy as you appear. They don't just sit there, they speak. And whether you realize it or not, your spirit listens. But so do the sacred things, the photo that brings you back to love, the token that reminds you why you started, the spiritual peace that steadies you even in silence, the scent that softens the hard edges of your day, the sentence written in your own hand that says, you can breathe here. These aren't just items, they are invitations. Invitations to drive not just with awareness, but with presence, to move through the world not in reaction, but in remembrance, to remember who you are when no one's looking and choose again and again to honor her. And I know some days the world is loud, some drives feel longer than others, some mornings you forget your strength before you even step outside. But I hope that maybe tomorrow, when you open that door and settle into your seat, you'll pause. You'll notice what's around you, and you'll realize you have more power than you think, not because you have it all figured out, but because you've chosen in the smallest ways to bring your spirit with you. Thank you for spending this time with me. Thank you for being open, not just to clearing space, but to clearing what no longer serves you. Wherever you're going next, I hope the ride feels a little lighter. And if no one's told you lately, you're doing better than you think, and you deserve to arrive feeling whole.